Hello and welcome to today's video kind of podcasting. This is basically, it's not Dalek Discussions podcast, but it is still a kind of discussing thing. On the Genesis Arc Discord server, we host just kind of random things where we talk about stuff. So yeah, hello guys.
Hello.
How's it
What do
going?
you say? Hi.
What have you been up to? And Mario, you've been watching Marvel films again, haven't you? Doing a rewatch.
Yes, I have. Next film up is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh.
I'm very much looking forward to it because it's a fun film and, Chris Pratt and all that.
Have you been watching What If?
No, I haven't seen any of the Disney Plus shows yet.
Good.
I'm gonna get round to them eventually. Like once I finish the rewatch, it just really depends. I mean, I don't have Disney Plus at the moment. That's the thing.
Luckily, with the What If thing, you can kind of watch that at any time. I think so that's
Yeah,
quite
what
good.
if it's good?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like What If.
But still, I might as well watch it when it comes out,
Yeah,
like
then
I am with all
watch
the
of it.
films. Because I don't understand why people would watch the MCU in chronological order instead of release order. Personally,
Yeah, I think release order is the best way to go for Marvel films.
yeah, it's like I'm noticing a lot more on the rewatch because I have the future films context and just the past films as well, and I remember things. I'm able to keep track of all the Infinity Stones instead of forgetting one.
You can kind of tick them off the list.
Yeah, it's like so, like Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going to see the fourth one. What was it?
Power.
I'm going to see the Power Stone. That's it. The orb thingy.
Yeah.
We've already seen the Tesseract, which Phase 1 was obsessed with. Then the Loki scepter, the Mind Stone, and then the Ether from Thor: The Dark World, which is like the most overhated Marvel film.
What has everyone else been watching? And yeah,
I've watched a bit of What If.
yeah, I haven't. I've been watching them like kind of the day after they've released the What Ifs.
I did start watching Manifest for a while.
Oh, what's that like?
It's intriguing. I've only seen a few episodes.
I've started watching Gotham because I was playing the Batman Arkham games and I was like, hey, Gotham, I remember that show, I want to watch that. So I did. I mean, I'm only on like, episode 9, but it seems good so far.
I'm currently in the midst of watching 4 TV shows at the same time, not including Doctor Who, like rewatches and stuff.
I'm about to get that pretty soon because I need to rewatch Sex Education before that comes out. I need to rewatch all of Lucifer before that comes out, while also still watching Gotham and, like you said, doing Doctor Who rewatches. So I've got quite a lot to, start
But
watching.
it's like even with Doctor Who rewatches, it's like watching the classics, which take a lot longer.
Yeah.
I don't tend to watch more than one classic a day unless I'm really trying to binge through them. But yeah, so the 4 shows I'm watching is like we watched we usually watch 2 episodes of 2 different shows on a Sunday and 1 episode from 2 different shows on a Thursday. So the Thursday one we watch an episode of Inside Number 9, which I've just started, which is very good, very dark, but very good, very good. It really gets you thinking, and they're only half an hour long, but we're watching 1 episode because they're really dark and we can't stomach 2. And then to balance out, we watched an episode of Death in Paradise, which is just nice, chill,
fun.
nice, relaxing end to Thursdays, which are all of our worst days. Then Sundays, it's the comedy day. At the moment, we're watching 2 episodes of Red Dwarf and then 2 episodes of Only Fools and Horses.
I was thinking about, how you said like weekdays and stuff. It would be very maybe good and if not weird if maybe Doctor Who went to a weekday, maybe something like a Monday.
No.
I think it did go to a weekday back in the 80s.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because
I would have
I think
said
for a while.
yeah. It's like they had like 2. They would do like part 1 on the like sometimes like for like season 21 or something. It's like part 1 on the Wednesday, part 2 on the Thursday. Then the next following week, it's part 3 on the Wednesday, and then part 4 on the Thursday.
because I remember watching a documentary once about the Peter Davison era, and they did mention that there was the whole talk about Doctor Who coming up in the ratings battles against Coronation Street.
Oh, Corey, the one which killed
How
off.
did it go being on a Monday?
Well, they started. They put it on a Monday or Tuesday in season 19, and that gave it really good ratings. But it like I think that was just due to the lack of competition on that day. So
I think if it were to go to like a weekday like Monday, it would have to be a dark Doctor and start at like kind of 9 o'clock.
To be honest, I would hate Doctor on a weekday. I prefer. Like, I miss Doctor on a Saturday, honestly.
Yeah, same. I can just about handle the Sunday.
Yeah, I don't mind Sunday, but I like being able to watch a Doctor Who story without thinking that, oh no, I have to go to school the next day. No, I can stay up. I can chat with people about it. I can do what I want. I don't need to wait about.
And
school.
then, like, if you want to make a video or something on it, you can do that the next day and like go through all the hype again. I think.
And Doctor Who Adventures put it best. It's like, what about the international Who fans who instead of watching the story on a Sunday morning, they now have to watch it on a Monday morning, which isn't really plausible. It's like, who wants to watch? I don't want to watch Doctor Who on a Monday. Mondays suck.
I wonder, do you think it will go back to being a Saturday for series 14?
I hope with the next showrunner.
Yeah, I feel
they look
the next show.
They look at what went wrong with the Chibnall era, like some of the changes that he made, and then possibly take it back to Saturdays, and possibly even bring back a Christmas special, because I miss the Christmas special.
Yes.
I don't mind.
Yes,
I don't mind Christmas or New Year's, but I'm for either. I literally couldn't care less what day it is.
Honestly, I don't care if it has literally nothing to do with
everything else.
With Christmas. I just want it on Christmas, just because it's nice.
Maybe that would be good.
It could be about bloody Halloween, and I wouldn't care if it was. I think if it was broadcast on Christmas.
I think that was the trouble with the Christmas specials, was that they were too, especially in the Moffat era, they were too, like you said, they were too much to do with Christmas, and not even just their setting, but like their plot was just not making sense.
My favourite Doctor Who Christmas special isn't even on TV. It's Chimes of Midnight, and like Christmas is a part of it, but it's not like a plot element. It's like it's set at Christmas, but that's about it. Like it's set at Christmas, and they talk about plum pudding quite a bit, but that's
what they need to do.
It's just like the main story is a mystery story with a powerful ending, and it just so happens to be set at Christmas, and I'd happily listen to it every Christmas.
It's kind of like RTD's Christmas specials, like The Runaway Bride, Christmas Invasion, and Voyage of the Damned. They were set at Christmas, but the fact that it was Christmas didn't really matter that much. It wasn't snowing everywhere, It's
like it just so happened to be at Christmas, so it has the spirit.
Yeah.
But it's like,
and then they can add in the little bits like the lights and the trees or whatever. But it's not
so
necessarily
the overly Christmas. Like the overly Christmas stuff is meant to be for the Christmas movies and stuff. The things you only watch at Christmas. Yeah, it's like all the classics. Well, and by the classics I mean the film I'm the only one who seems to like, the Polar Express.
I like the Polar Express. I love that film.
Good.
Express is a Tom Hanks movie. So
oh my god, I didn't even realise that. Wow. I didn't realise that was Tom Hanks.
You didn't realise it was Tom.
Now I listen. Now I can hear his voice in his head now, but because I haven't watched it for so long, I can't.
He literally plays every single adult male character. He plays the conductor. He plays the hobo. He plays the boy in the future.
That hobo character
scares
me.
And he plays Santa.
That hobo thing scared me so much.
I got scared by
Tom Hanks film that's ever been a failure, in my view.
I think I saw a theory on Snowpiercer once about that. You know how obviously they're all played by Tom Hanks. Is that they're all Father Christmas, just like changing his form?
What, Snowpiercer?
Oh, not Snowpiercer. Sorry, Polar Express. Sorry, I've been making Snowpiercer.
I have heard of Snowpiercer theory, but it's not involving Tom Hanks.
Is that involving Willy Wonka?
Yes.
I've made a follow-up video.
All right,
let's
put on the tinfoil hats. Santa is the soul of Santa was brought into Woody from Toy Story, and that's why he's played by Tom Hanks. or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
The problem is, you give Tom Hanks a script and it just explodes into money.
Yeah, true.
He is a talented voice actor. I think the Toy Story films are very clear that he has a lot of vocal range and stuff, and like especially when he's being funny, it's like he can crack me up a lot of the time just from his vocal delivery as Woody.
Yeah. To me, I think the only film I can think of for Tom Hanks that's ever disappointed me is Cloud Atlas.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's just
What's that noise?
Cloud Atlas is like 4 films trying to be one film.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of it. I haven't seen every Tom Hanks films, but I've seen all his famous ones. So Toy Story, Polar Express, Saving Private Ryan. Haven't seen Castaway. But that's
Castaway's
I've seen
good.
Castaway. That's great. Oh, I still feel bad for Wilson.
that is on my list. I mean, it seems like another film I saw called All Is Lost, which is a fantastic film. It's like All Is Lost has practically no dialogue. Like it's one guy just trying to survive at sea after his ship gets hit by a container and it gets a hole in it. And there's literally the only lines in the film are help, help, and fuck.
It's
Those are literally. Like I said, the script was like 5 pages long.
yeah, because there's a little bit of the. What are you talking about? Castaway.
No, All Is Lost.
Castaway is very similar. There was barely any speaking. There was only kind of bits at the beginning and then the end. I like films like that. That's something new.
It's like going back to Inside Number 9, the second episode. It's an episode like without any dialogue until the very end, and it's brilliant. Honestly,
Is that the one where they're burgling the house?
Yes.
Yes. That. I should send you a YouTube video to watch actually, because they were doing a live special once and they ranked the episode back or something. I'll send you that. It's a really good video.
Alright.
I have seen one of the most iconic movies where there's literally no sound until like there's like literally no talking in it until like the last few. I think there's less than about 2 minutes of dialogue in the movie.
What is it?
It's Modern Times.
Modern Times.
It's 1936 Charlie Chaplin. There's only like about 2 minutes of there's only about 2-3 minutes of dialogue in it. It's literally it's the first time the world ever heard Chaplin use his voice in his movies, and he doesn't even speak in it. The only time he uses his voice in it is to sing.
I've never seen a Charlie Chaplin movie, even though I do kind of want to watch The Great Dictator, as I heard that was good.
Back to Inside.
Literally got
about
the
Inside
list
Number
of
9.
best.
I think the two. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen quite a few. I think the Inside Number 9 episodes that scared me the most was one with it. I won't spoil it too much. Don't worry. I'll say it without spoiling stuff. One was the one with the homeless man. And
oh yeah, I saw that one.
It's so. I
saw that one on Thursday, and to be honest, I'm still trying to process it. Like I understood what's going on. I'm just still.
It's basically the homeless man never existed.
Yeah. No. He did exist. That's the thing.
That's the thing. It's scary. That's why I love it, because it's scary. It's like whoa. It's like next level. And the other one.
Yeah, the thing is, I am still thinking about it just because it just blew my mind so much. I haven't had my mind this much blown since I saw The Sixth Sense. I'm not going to spoil it. I dare not spoil The Sixth Sense if you haven't seen it. That is like, yeah. It is a film entirely reliant on its twist, and it's a brilliant one.
The only time I've ever felt the hairs on the back of my neck ever fully go up is probably the ending of Girl in the Fireplace.
Oh yeah. You mean the SS Madame de Pompadour reveal?
Yeah, where you just see the TARDIS feet and it's just her face, and you just think, holy sh.
Another Inside Number 9 episode that terrified me was the one where they were filming that horror show, where they try to scare people.
I haven't seen that one. I've only seen the first 3 episodes.
Genuinely, if you want to watch that one, if you watch it at night, you best watch something like Death in Paradise afterwards, because that will send shivers down your
Yeah, we
fucking
do.
spine.
We always watch Death in Paradise right after.
Yeah, because that is next level. That is more scary than the homeless one.
Great.
So
What's a bit bad that the most scared I've been in a film, or more accurately horrified, isn't with any horror film, but actually with Saving Private Ryan and American Sniper.
The scene for Saving Private Ryan.
I went to see because I saw it for drama GCSE. I can't remember what it's called now. I went to see The Woman in Black in theatre. It wasn't, people were screaming and I jumped. The thing is, but it was only jump scary when you knew the jump scares were coming. It was like, I think that part of it is because, it's a theatre, you can see when an actor's about to run out and stuff. You can kind of sense it as well, with the lights dim and kind of what happens. But it was really scary, don't get me wrong. But I just think it was, it could have been a lot more scary if it was, cause I think the film version is 10 times more scary than that.
Yeah, I had to watch
basically, when I was in year 9, it's like, you had to go to like a live theatre, and they had 2 ones you could go to. You had to go to one of them, but you could go to both if you wanted to. And one of them was The Woman in Black, and the other one was Peter Pan Goes Wrong. So one horror, one comedy. I skipped out on Woman in Black because I knew I wouldn't like it because I don't like horror.
Fair enough.
So I just watched Peter Pan Goes Wrong, and it was bloody hysterical.
Fair enough. I would have. If I'm watching something scary with my friends like that, I pick the scary thing because it's funny to see other people jump as well. But if it was me by myself, no, I don't even watch
something scary with my friends if I've seen it before and know where all the spooky stuff is.
Because then you can wait and then you know when their reaction's coming.
Well, the thing is, alright, you're gonna laugh at me, but I hate jump scares so much that whenever I'm forced to watch a horror movie, I look up the jump scare timestamps. There's literally a website which gives the time the jump scares.
That's pretty good. Maybe I should look into the website for some of the films because honestly, I was terrified. I think, has anyone seen the revised It films?
Yes, I have. I was forced to watch it by my dad.
I think It 1 is so much more scary than It Chapter 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's more creepy, whilst It Chapter 2 just seems to be more reliant on just blind jump scares every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think the kind of, there's a few issues with that. What were you going to say, Josh? Or 15th Josh is your username. I don't know about the It films. I think the classical It films scare me more.
I haven't seen it.
It's just something about the kind of bad VFX camera kind of, no, that kind of vibe it gives off is more scary, I think, than the modern VFX.
To be honest, it's like the fact that it's got Tim Curry. It's like now I'm tempted to watch it.
It's scary. Thing is about it is I love it because it's scary, like the first kind of half of the film, but the second half is not scary, and that's really good. It almost calms you down, and it's just I think it's a great horror paced film of where it goes. It's not scary all the time. It's a good mix.
To be honest, everyone always says The Shining is the scariest horror film, but it's like for me, it wasn't scary because I only get scared at jump scares.
Same.
Or
that's the thing.
Things which are really graphic or something. Or The Shining, it's creepy. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't find it scary. It's I didn't find it scary. I didn't even jump at the bit where where Jack jumps out and axes the guy off. Oh, shit, what's his name? The chef.
And the worst.
The chef. I don't know. Whatever the chef's name is.
Yeah.
Something else.
Here you go.
I was gonna say a film that I love is Snakes on a Plane.
I'm Harry with these motherfucking snakes.
And yeah, I only love it because of Samuel L. Jackson. If he wasn't in it, no, it's not a good film.
I have seen it. There were a lot more jump scares than I was expecting, but still, it's kind of dumb, but at the same time, it's kind of fun. And I think the quote the iconic quote sums it up pretty much. So it just sums up the film. like how bonkers it is, but at the same time, it's taken seriously.
Apples is good for jump scare.
I prefer Airplane though.
Yeah, that's good. That's funny.
Surely you can't be serious.
Wasn't there
I am
Snakes on a
sorry.
Train?
No, obviously.
I saw that was a film that obviously didn't do as good as Snakes on a Plane. Hold on one
What?
second. I have to just turn my light on.
Okay. Oh, I need to like
Definitely name what I think is the worst horror movie.
go on.
Cabin in the Woods.
No.
That is, I remember seeing that as part of a college thing, and I was more shocked at the price I paid for the pick and mix than I was that entire movie.
That is how it is with cinemas, though.
It shows how crap the movie was when I was more concerned about spending £9 on pick and mix.
Well, at least pick and mix it. I'd say it's worth £9. They're good. They're good.
I think the thing is with cinema over like food and why it's so expensive is because if you think about it, right, apart from the tickets, which a percentage of the tickets obviously goes to the film itself, they're not going to make that much money. So unless they start charging you for food that's worth more than like a flight to
the thing
Australia.
is, though, charging more for the food is actively discouraging people from getting it. That's the problem.
But the thing is, if they get rid of it now, then they're fucked. They've dug themselves into a hole that you can't get out of.
Yeah. So yeah,
If that's the case,
I don't know anyone who hasn't smuggled food into the cinema because of
Yeah.
how ridiculous the prices are for the food. It's like I've done it. I've done it back when I actually went to the cinema before I just stopped going because I got so sick of it.
I think COVID has, a lot of film industries are smart about what they're doing with their films. Is they're only releasing them in cinema. While COVID was out, obviously they had no choice. It had to be on both.
To be honest, I wish we could just always have the option between either watching in cinema or just watching or like being able to watch it at home, because I do not like the cinema, mostly because of the people there. I just want to watch it at home in peace, doing whatever I want, sprawled out. With the ability to pause and go to the
stuffing
toilet.
my face with food.
Being able to just order a Domino's or something if I wanted.
Yeah, I think that is nice, but that I'd love that. I just think they're not sadly.
I'd like to be able to just watch Avengers 27, order a pizza, lay out, be able to pause if it's like 12 hours long, and heck, I can watch in my pants for God's sake.
Something I want to watch but don't have the money for because I'm saving up for a MacBook and everything counts for the MacBook is that I really want to watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's much better than the original.
Because the original's on there for free, and
it's much better than the Justice League, as people like to call it.
Yeah, because that's on there for free on Prime and on Netflix. But it's like, I don't want to watch that one before I watch. I know enough about both films, but I still haven't watched either of them. So I'd rather watch the.
There is literally no reason to watch the Justice League when you got the superior one.
That's what I mean.
As long as I still don't understand why the whole of the Snyder Cut was in 4:3 though. That's just
because
I never understood that.
People are wanting the what was it? I think people are wanting the Batman versus Superman cut now, aren't they?
Okay. Yeah. I'd love that because I hate Batman v Superman.
And you can see as well, it has the same kind of colouring stuff that Ross's thing had.
I mean, to be honest, it's like looking at it, it's like, can we just, you don't need to do cuts and stuff, what the original story is meant to be. Can we just have a film which is just Batman and Superman punching each other for like an hour and a half? That'd be nice.
Yeah, a film where...
the big problem with...
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I would have preferred it if it was actually just called Dawn of Justice instead of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. If it's just called Dawn of Justice, then I think people would have been less disappointed. I mean, it still wouldn't have been great, but...
And then just put Batman and Superman on the poster.
You wouldn't have been constantly waiting for the fight scene and have it, and you left disappointed because it lasts like 5 seconds and Batman just cheats the whole time.
Someone in the chat that's muted said, opinion on Tango Ice Blast. I've never had them, but I think I've had the Tango drink before and it's nice.
only ever had
I
Tango
don't like anything
normal.
fizzy.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll say this though. I think the biggest problem with Batman versus Superman, I think, is it was literally just DC trying to put something out
Like
as
Civil War.
an opposition to Civil War.
It's just DC trying to be Marvel.
DC are rushing. That's their problem. That's why the Joker films and the
Yeah.
Batman films are doing well, and I assume
So it's like, I love the
will be better.
MCU, but the problem is, because of how big it is, it's ruining other superhero things. Like, the Amazing Spider-Man, they had a clear-cut idea for the sequel, but then they were just like, no, we need a Spider-Man cinematic universe like the MCU. Let's just cram all these villains in the last 15 minutes. Just cram them all in.
That's just not been set
I'm
up.
sure it won't be overblown and completely fail. And, oh wait, it completely failed. Sorry, Andrew, you're going to need to go now. Let's get Tom Holland in. Well, I didn't think Andrew particularly worked as good Spider-Man. Well, he's a good Spider-Man, just not a good Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I say Tom is the well-rounded one.
I
for
think
me.
Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker. Best Spider-Man.
And I think Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker because he just fits that dopey nerd thing. But I feel like Tom Holland is the most well-rounded, and he's my favourite. So yeah.
I don't know. Tobey Maguire just doesn't. Yeah, they're all great, but I think for me it's Tom Holland as the best.
Yeah. Tom Holland is the best.
When it comes to Spider-Man, it's the same problem as you have with Batman. You either have a really good Spider-Man or a really good Peter Parker.
Yeah, a really good Batman.
You have either a really good Bruce Wayne or a really good Batman.
I'd say Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman, probably because it's the first Batman I saw. But yeah, he's just.
I'd say Keaton is the best Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another other issues.
I don't know when I heard that Robert Pattinson was going to be the new Batman, I was like,
Bale was the best.
It's just, I don't know, something about a Twilight star being Batman is just really keep that shit away from Batman.
If they put
Twilight is like the worst.
Twilight
is like the worst.
If they put Ray Fiennes as one of,
I think Bale.
If they put Ray Fiennes as one of Pattinson's Batman villains, I will laugh.
I think the best Joker is Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
You think like he's the best Joker?
Yeah. Best live-action Joker, Heath Ledger.
For me, the best live-action Joker is... I've said this before in the chat, but I'm going to put it here. I've got to say it's Jack Nicholson. Like, I love Heath Ledger, but Jack Nicholson's just his Joker's still stuck with me to this day, and he's the first Joker I watched, and he's still stuck with me.
I think it's because he was the first proper Joker, like, he was properly evil.
I find him really creepy, and just... Yeah, I find him really creepy, and just menacing, and I just love him.
I think in live action on how the Joker was portrayed, Jack Nicholson changed basically how the Joker was portrayed in live action.
To be honest, I love Cesar Romero, so I don't really care.
I think Heath Ledger.
I love how he didn't want to shave his mustache; they just painted over it.
Yeah, I think if you look at Jack Nicholson, he definitely helps in show that transition that was going on in the comics. Like if you look at Adam West and Cesar Romero, it's very much early Batman.
Yes,
which is very campy, very colourful.
It's very much the 50s and 60s where comics used to be really dark, but then they made them they stopped doing it, which thanks to like the comics code and stuff, and then they threw it out a few decades later and made them gritty again.
Yeah. Then again, I would say that I think if you had a story like Death in the Family,
great story.
Is it the Big Finish one?
Jack Nicholson's Joker pulling out a crowbar.
Oh, that one. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Big Finish story.
Poor little Jason Todd.
No, I was talking Batman Death in the Family.
Oh, the one where Robin dies.
Yes, Jason Todd.
One of them.
The infamous DC poll.
Gets deaded.
Joker's Jason. It ain't the case.
The fans signed the death warrant.
I think it's with Batman is Batman and the Joker in the films and in animation, just anything with voice, they have to have a good dynamic and bounce off of each other.
I think that's where Mark Hamill succeeded so many years as a Joker, because he has that good dynamic with Kevin Conroy, to the point they've actually said that before they ask if each other is doing the project.
Yeah,
and then
they did.
Sign on.
When during the Batman Arkham games, it was they got Joker in first, and he was like, "I'll only do it if you get Kevin in as Batman," and then they did.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's why Joker became my favorite. Mark Hamill became my favorite Joker because of the Arkham games.
But the great thing is, Mark Hamill's Joker is actually inspired by British sci-fi. Because Mark Hamill's when he was looking for inspiration for the Joker, he watched 1931's The Invisible Man, based on the H.G. Wells book, and it's Claude Rains as the Invisible Man that gave him the inspiration on how he voices the Joker.
It's a great voice. I'd love to see him do a live action thing. Maybe even just like a cameo in the Batman film, the one coming out.
I'm glad that the Riddler is the villain of it, because I always found him an interesting villain, but he's never really taken seriously in the live action films and
now
stuff.
We know that.
Even in the Lego Batman movie, he didn't do anything.
And now we know that it's a film about, it's more of the, it's Batman's kind of first year, and it's about the detective side of Bruce. Then the Riddler is the go-to person for that.
Is anyone going to get mad at me when I say that, unironically, the Lego Batman movie is my favourite Batman film?
Yes, you're going to die.
Really?
Yeah. Unironically, it is my favourite.
It's a good film.
I'm just saying.
I think the best Batman film is probably
The Dark Knight.
I think I almost prefer Batman Begins. To
be honest, my favourite live-action Batman films from the Lego Batman movie is the 1989 one.
No,
as you may have already guessed.
The best Batman film is The Dark Knight, but my favourite one is Batman Begins.
Yeah, that's the thing.
My favorite.
You say one thing's the best and one's your favourite.
Actually,
yeah.
I say the best animated. For me, the best Batman film, I think, for me, is probably Gotham by Gaslight.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to animated superhero things. I love how this went from Marvel to Inside Number 9 to DC.
With Doctor Who sprinkled out through.
Yeah, the odd time when I'd mention Chimes of Midnight or something.
How did we get on to DC?
Although a lot of people did say that David Tennant should play the Riddler.
That would be cool. I could see that.
I think he could pull it off. I mean, the main thing is he's very busy, so it's would he actually have time to do it? I mean, if anything, it'd probably pay more than everything else.
If you're looking for a more crazy Riddler, then go for someone like Tom Ellis. But if you want someone who can balance the crazy and the serious, which I think we're gonna get in this Batman film, then yeah, David Tennant would be a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm still impressed with the amount of stuff Tennant's able to do. It's I know everyone didn't really like how he was doing everything in Big Finish, but it's to be honest, I can't see I blame him, because it's very clear from station stuff that he is a workaholic.
He likes to do stuff.
I can fully understand why he did so much Big Finish stuff. He's still able to do the job he loves, but at home. And to be honest, that's something I respect.
Tennant was doing a lot more than just Big Finish, because I think he was also doing his podcast series that David Tennant does a podcast with, and he was also doing Stage.
Yep, he's got plenty. Yeah, Stage, obviously, that's the big acting thing he was doing, because honestly the concept of Stage was brilliant.
Yeah, I think he's also got but right now he's doing Around the World in 80 Days.
Wait, is he?
Yeah, he's playing Phileas Fogg.
So is he is it like a sequel to the Michael Palin show?
No, I think it's just one of those small BBC adaptations of classic novels. a bit like how when they did
so it's not
three-parter.
so it's an adaptation, not his own journey around 80 days.
No, it's an adaptation of the Jules Verne book.
Right. Okay. It's like, so it's not like the Michael Palin one where he tried to go around the world in 80 days on the himself.
No.
Right.
It's an adaptation of Jules Verne's.
Right. Okay. Not as cool as him actually going around the world in 80 days and trying to do all that. In my opinion, just saying. Yeah.
I think I've somewhere got a publicity shot of him as Phileas Fogg.
Yeah. I haven't read the original book. I only know the Michael Palin one.
Yeah, I've just put the picture, the publicity photo of him as Phileas Fogg in voice text.
Speaking of publicity photos, what do you guys think of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake? If that interests you, like if you know about Uncharted and stuff.
I've not played the games, but I think it looks all right.
Yeah, it's like at first,
personally,
because I have played Uncharted. I'm not one for shooty bang games, but I have played Uncharted, and it's like hearing Tom Holland was going to be playing Nathan Drake. It's like, really, Tom Holland? I don't know. It doesn't really work, but seeing the pictures of him in the outfit, I think he could pull it off.
I think it's workable.
Yeah.
Then again, I think it works well, but then I feel that Uncharted has only been done.
It's like as long as he has the charisma of Nathan Drake, then I think he'd pull it off.
I think it's more like a knee-jerk reaction to the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider. Because I think they're talking about doing a second one. So.
Oh, God. I mean, it's like, at first I was like, it's like I kind of like how video game movies are actually good now. So basically we have the good ones like Detective Pikachu and the Sonic Hedgehog and the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Yeah, we've got these good video game movies. So I'm hoping that we can eventually get a new Mario movie which is actually good.
For a fact, Bob Hoskins is definitely not signing on to it.
Yeah, no. It's like if you're doing a Mario movie, there's like the only because playing like the newer Switch games and stuff, and they've made the cutscenes a lot more expressive and they make a lot more expressive and stuff. And it's like when you watch them, it's like, oh my goodness, a Mario movie really could work. Like you play Luigi's Mansion 3 and you see all the cutscenes, and it's like, yep, Mario movie could definitely work if it was animated in this style.
I think good movies of games that make really good movies. This PlayStation 4 exclusive, I think. I've looked at the cutscenes for it.
Sorry, you were bugging out there. I did not hear a thing you said.
So it's PlayStation 4 exclusive. It came out a few years back, called The Order 1886. That would be a really cool movie.
I've never heard of it.
It's very sort of steampunk, supernatural kind of thing.
Doctor Who should do a more steampunky episode. That would be cool.
What do you mean by steampunky?
Something maybe set in maybe a different planet or like an alternate, parallel universe version of Earth or something, where it's steampunk setting. I think that would be quite cool with maybe steampunk Cybermen or something.
Oh, I literally just heard this. All right. Well, this is pop culture stuff. Ed Asner, who played Carl from Up, he passed away today.
No.
At the age of 91.
Well, I mean, 91. What you can't say he didn't have a lot of time.
No, like he was originally what was it saying? I haven't. If anyone knows the Mary Tyler Moore show, he was also in that. I've never heard of him. I only know him from Up. Oh, that's sad. Up, Ratatouille, and Inside Out are all in the same universe, and some of the evidence is scary. I mean, the fact that it's like they're all like not only are they in the same universe, that all of the families there, like all the major families in those films, are related, and they all fit really well. Like for starters, Ellie's the old Ellie, her picture is seen in Riley's house from Inside Out, so it's like, yeah, they're clearly related. There's no like, I don't think there's any disputing that they're clearly there, and not to mention that Riley is seen in Finding Dory. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, so she's there, and the fact that 3 of those 5 movies are technically set in 2003 is crazy. It's weird. It's weird, but I recommend the whole series. You have to kind of have to watch the whole series in one go to understand everything, but it's really good. So I'll just stick it there.
I can, if I remember, I'll put it in the description, the video.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description because it's a very good theory, and it, like, the Pixar theory is good, but there's a lot of things which kind of rely on conveniences and things, and it's like conveniences and Easter eggs, and Easter eggs aren't necessarily facts sometimes. It's like, they can be pulled off, but it's like sometimes I'm like, really, like the fact that, so I don't believe the first half kind of makes sense, but it's like the second half is like, so you're telling me that Woody lived in the same universe as Lightning McQueen? That just feels wrong to me.
I think, like you said, with Easter eggs, loads of things have it from because the show Snowpiercer has just Easter eggs about the link to the film, but they're totally different things. Like, it's just kind of like a homage because that came first, the film. And I'm sure if there was, like in 10 years time or like in 20 years time, a remake of the series, then there'd be Easter eggs to the first series. But it doesn't mean they're linked. Same with the Pixar films, like you said, they're not all linked. It's just a little homage. But like, oh look, you watched that, remember that. So on the talk of kind of talking about Snowpiercer, at the time that this video kind of podcast is released, that video should already be out, so be sure to go and check that out. We'll be talking about Batman a lot this evening and Gotham. I've got some videos coming out on that too. Thanks for watching. I'm not listening, it's more a podcast. Thanks for listening.
Be sure to watch Force's last video as I
make sure to watch the video about this series 14 is doomed to fail. Thanks Mario for editing. So thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you all later.
Wait, what? Bye. Try and be seen Dynamic Craft then, please.